facing the police every single day.
I bet the record's going to say that they started all this because of my service animals, that they told me to leave.
Sir,
Huh?
You can get a copy of it later. It's not a problem.
I have a right to sign a statement, put a statement with it. I want to sign the affidavit, she wants to sign one. Huh?
We'll get in a notary and make an affidavit, sir.
We can't make a report.
We're not making a crime report here because there's no crime.
Yes, there is.
That's a civil issue you're going to have to take up with the attorney.
Hold on, the Attorney General of Florida, Pam Bondi, said that it is a first-degree misdemeanor. These officers do not want to enforce law. She says a secondary felony when it's an elderly or disabled person. I was banned because of these two dogs in my cart. These officers, get the officers here. These officers came here and they know the Walmart people.
Lieutenant,
Okay.
you're no trespass.
Show the Walmart people.
You're not returned to base arrest.
Huh?
Listen to what he's telling you so you can understand what's going on here, sir.
You're being trespassed from this property.
He has to ask you a question. He has to ask you a
I just want to ask you
question.
a question. Can I ask you a
You can
question?
do it while we're walking to your car. I'll
Okay.
walk with you. Let's go.
Okay.
This way you don't get in trouble.
It's trouble if I ask you a question.
Whatever.
Why are you so nasty to him? I'm a disabled person. I can't handle stress. I'm disabled with stress disorder. You're nasty as hell to me. I haven't been nasty.
You're
to
the
you.
one raising your voice. I'm talking to you like a normal person.
Because you got me all upset. I got a stress disorder.
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
What is your question, sir? Your question.
I want to have you do your duty and tell them to reserve any video of the inside, which they do have on their cash registers and on their thing. I want you to reserve the video because I'm sending the U.S. I'm going to the U.S. Marshal and Court Marshal Martin to sign.
The video later, sir.
I don't want them recording over it. I want you to make sure that they
Is your
know.
vehicle, sir?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. So you don't get in trouble.
Hi, this is a VA walker. Veterans like me, unable to walk with walking disabilities from combat, are issued these by the Veterans Administration so we can walk. As you can see, it's impossible. It has a seat here, but it's impossible to shop with it. So when we shop, we have to lean on a shopping cart to shop. Now, most veterans in combat who have walking disorders also need a PTSD dog. You cannot handle one and walk with a walker, nor can you handle one and walk leaning on a shopping cart and getting your groceries. The only way you can shop if you are disabled from combat with a walking problem and PTSD is to lean on a shopping cart and to put your PTSD dog, or in some cases you may need two of them, put your PTSD animals, your service animals, in the shopping cart. Now, Walmart hates disabled veterans. Walmart does not want disabled veterans shopping around their store and killing the festive atmosphere in their store, so they use little con games to keep veterans out of their stores. They lie and say that their shopping carts are so clean that the health department doesn't want service animals in them. Well, shopping carts were tested by a number of universities and found to be dirtier than public restrooms. Welfare kids in the top and extra welfare kids where the groceries go with dirty diapers that are seeping human waste. They put raw chicken in these carts. People handle the raw chicken, put it in a plastic bag, put the bag in the cart, and then they touch the cart everywhere with their contaminated hands, touch other groceries. They put batteries shopping poisons of all kinds for cleaning Drano to clean sinks and hair dyes. I went and got my shopping cart at Walmart, and then it was half a bag of cow manure. And so if Walmart is worried about food contamination, they wouldn't allow their shopping carts that transport cow manure and human waste like they do. There's nothing dirtier than a Walmart cart. Now, there are cheap ways they can put in a system to clean their carts before people shop, but Walmart doesn't care about their shopping carts being clean. They don't care about their consumers. They just want to get rid of disabled veterans and illegally violate the Americans with Disabilities Act and keep them from shopping. So they lie and say that their shopping carts are clean and the health department don't allow you to put service animals in them. Now, Walmart has a policy nationwide that if a service person is shopping, a disabled veteran shopping with a service animal in the shopping cart, they have their security, what they call loss prevention, who they don't care about the security of their customers. It's to protect their goods from getting shoplifted. But they have their loss prevention actually rush and assault the disabled veteran, push them out of the store, trying to make them rush quicker than they can. And they try to get the veteran to react and say, leave me alone, or to resist their pushing on them and assaulting him, so that they can come up with some legal excuse for banning the veteran. They want to say that the veteran created a disturbance or something. Well, under the Americans with Disabilities Act, you have a right to make a reasonable disability accommodation request. I have been asking to see the manager of a Walmart store because I want to request. They've got 10,000 shopping carts there. Why can't they take 1 or 2 carts and make them disabled carts and let the disabled American veterans who provided the freedom for them to have those stores, why can't they let those disabled veterans who can't shop without a service animal, can't walk without leaning on a cart, why can't they set aside 2 carts, put a little tag on it that says for disabled only, let them use those carts for their service animals? It wouldn't cost them a penny with all the carts they got. You know, they let the homeless use their carts and everything else. Let a veteran use it to shop when they can't walk. Instead of complying with the law, when I asked to make the request, I am banned from Walmart for life because I asked to make a disability accommodation request. According to Walmart, if you ask to see a store manager and you want to make a disability accommodation request, you're creating a disturbance. And so you have to be banned. This disabled veteran who wants to be allowed to shop like everybody else is banned from the store for life. Walmart hates veterans with a passion. They try to cover up by saying they offer jobs to veterans. Well, they give you slave jobs. You know, they won't let you work 40 hours, but they'll give you a slave job at minimum wage. Any store will do that for a veteran. You know, stores are hard up and they need people to work. And they'll be glad to offer a veteran a slave job. Walmart wants credit for not doing anything but screwing veterans. So I went to shop at the Walmart in Port Charlotte on Kings Highway. I was assaulted and pushed toward the door. I had just gotten out of hospital. I just had been in intensive care for 10 days on account of a stress-caused heart attack from my PTSD and anxiety attack. And I just got out of hospital. I had my daughter helping me walk. I was trying to lean on a cart and shop. And they had their loss prevention officer, off-duty Charlotte County deputies, rush up and start pushing me toward the door, telling me to get the hell out of their store. They don't want service animals in their store. Well, they had it on tape because he started this right where the cash register was when I was paying the leave. They started pushing me outside. In Florida, they have a law where it's a misdemeanor to obstruct a service animal. My daughter called the sheriff and wanted to press charges, but the sheriff's department says that they do not enforce disability laws in Florida. They do not abide by the Americans with Disabilities Act. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office does not recognize it. And they said that because Walmart hires off-duty sheriffs that they can work there on, I guess, when they have Black Fridays or whatever, or times, but they hire off-duty sheriffs. Because of that, the Sheriff's Department considers Walmart to be private property and above the Americans with Disabilities Act. And they tell me that Walmart does not have to abide by any laws because it's private property. They can do anything they want and they can trespass anything. I bet the records don't say that they started all this because of my service animals, that they told me to leave.
Sir,
Huh?
you can get a copy of it later. It's not a problem.
I have a right to sign a statement, put a statement with it. I want to sign the affidavit, she wants to sign one. Huh?
We'll get in a notary and make an affidavit, sir.
We can't make a report.
We're not making a crime report here because there's no crime.
Yes, there is.
That's a civil issue you're going to have to take up with the attorney.
Hold on, the
I got
Attorney
it.
General of Florida, Pam Bondi, said that it is a first-degree misdemeanor. These officers do not want to enforce law. She says a secondary felony when it's an elderly or disabled person. I was banned because of these two dogs in my cart. These officers, get the officers here. These officers came here and they know the Walmart people.
Anna,
Okay.
you're no trespass.
Show the Walmart people.
You're not returned for base arrest.
Huh?
Listen to what he's telling you so you can understand what's going on here, sir.
You're being trespassed from this property. Okay?
Right.
375 Kings Highway. Do not return or face arrest. You understand?
Right.
Does that include over there at the gas station or Culver's?
They don't have nothing to do with Colvin.
Yeah, but I'm saying, does that include over there?
Yes.
So it includes, so it includes,
Different address.
does that includes the Murphys too?
Same address?
Yeah, so just the Walmart itself.
Okay.
Just Walmart
Get
itself?
him from here.
Here, okay?
And you're telling me that we cannot make a statement even though I'm the victim?
Plenty of chances to make a statement later with your attorney if you wish to file a civil complaint.
Well, I can't make a statement now.
We're not doing a criminal report, sir.
Okay.
We're just doing a trespass. They ask us to serve you with a trespass. We're going to serve you with the
What's the
trespass.
reason
and
for
we're
the
done.
trespass?
For the disturbance caused in there, not because of the animals, but because of the yelling and the obscenities.
There
and
was
the
no,
screaming and the
there was
shouting.
Okay,
no
we're not going
yelling.
to debate
We're
it.
not gonna
You, sir, go to your vehicle.
Here's your IDs.
Okay.
Please go to your vehicle. Okay?
Give him
Don't
an
get
ID.
in trouble today.
Okay, and you don't care what the U.S. Department of Justice or the Attorney General of Florida said?
Sir, just go to your vehicle. You're
Okay,
trespassing
thank
at
you.
this point, okay?
He has to ask you a question. He has to ask you a
I just want to ask you
question.
a question. Can I ask you a
You can
question?
do it while we're walking to your car. I'll walk
Okay.
with you.
Okay.
This way you don't get in trouble.
It's trouble if I ask you a question?
Whatever.
Why are you so nasty to him? I'm a disabled person. I can't handle stress. I'm disabled with stress disorder. You're nasty as hell to me. I haven't been nasty
You're
to
the
you.
one raising your voice. I'm talking to you like a normal person.
Because you got me all upset. I got stress
I didn't do
disorder.
that. I didn't do anything.
What is your question, sir?
Your question.
I want to have you do your duty and tell them to reserve any video of the inside, which they do have on their cash registers and on their thing. I want you to reserve the video because I'm sending the U.S. I'm going to the U.S. Marshal and Court Martial tomorrow to sign.
Repeat the video later, sir.
I don't want them. I don't want them recording over it. I want you to make sure that they
Is your
know.
vehicle, sir?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. So you don't get in trouble.
He unlocked it.
We don't get involved with civil matters.
Huh? Okay. Make sure you show that 4 are rushing me to my car. Here, you put these in here.
I will. Here, I'll put the dogs in and stuff. You hold mine.
Okay. Anyhow, I do want you to know I have no hard feelings.
I called. I ran him
Oh, you ran your information to make sure no one had warrants.
because the two of you have an
I thought you
injunction
needed to
placed
get in your car,
against
sir. I
somebody.
thought you're not feeling good.
I thought you wanted something. You was just
No,
talking here.
she's talking to us. You go ahead and have some.
Please don't be so nasty with me.
I'm not being
I'm
nasty.
disabled.
Well, go have a
Well,
seat
don't
so
be
you
so-
get stressed out.
It's my daughter. I can hear my daughter talk. To what? Jesus. I don't have a right to speak in America now, right?
I can't hear you.
I don't have a right to speak. Jesus.
Ask him about why they called me in, and they're like, "Oh, we because we called him in, and you got an injunction against somebody." Who? Ask him who. He's like, "I don't know." I'm gonna record when we go out too. I'm recording when we go out too. I got
I
it on
can't believe
record.
they ran me out for having service dogs,
Yeah.
and when we called the police,
You got car number 1440.
one last question. I'm sorry to trouble you. Officer.
Car 1440, 1703.
I'm sorry to trouble. One last question. Which district is this from? Or? 4. Okay. Sorry. Thanks a lot.
District 4, car 1440, I think, in 1703 was the ones that responded to the incident.
District 4.
And they trespassed us from the property.
For having service.
For
I
having
got a gang of cops right after I got out of the hospital for stress problems, circled around me, keep implying threats at me, rushed me to my car. Then they circled around my daughter. I got scared they was going to gang jump her. And when I tried to ask what was going on, then they started getting on me again. I had to sit in my car and take nitro pills with my heart hurting because of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department and Walmart violating the law and banning me from their store because of my military service. Well, I think that the public needs to know how disabled veterans are really treated in this country. It's horrible, it's inhuman the way Walmart treats disabled veterans, and it's illegal. But there's no law in Florida. Courts don't care. Justice Department won't even look into it because Obama passed a thing where the Justice Department will not enforce disability laws for disabled veterans. You have to be a person of color. So the veterans organizations, DAV and all that, won't even answer my letters, you know. So I have to live in Florida. I've got my house here. I have to live here like a non-human with no rights. I can't shop in Walmart. I can't go to the beach and sit on the beach because service animals are not allowed, county ordinance. I cannot go to a park with my service animals. They're not allowed in parks, county ordinance, according to the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department. All I can do is sit in my house and wait to die. I think disabled veterans deserve more. I enlisted during the height of the Vietnam War when everybody was dying. I enlisted to defend this country. I asked for military service. I asked for the hardest they had. So I was sent to Fort Benning, Georgia, to Sand Hill. I asked for Vietnam service. In Vietnam, I asked for the most dangerous jobs they had. They made me a honcho, where I was working local nationals in villages all by myself. During Tet and all this stuff, I didn't have nobody, I was on my own. So I come back disabled, unable to walk, unable to sleep. My nerves ate up my damn stomach. I have bleeding stomach ulcers. My nerves ate up my heart, caused me to have stress, caused heart attacks. And I have a sheriff's department that wants to kill me because of my military service, and Walmart stores, and now Publix too, saying that I'm not allowed to shop because of my military service. I can't go in there without my service dog. And if I go without my service dog, I can have an anxiety attack and die because of my heart problems. Right now I'm in the VA's home health heart failure program because my heart is so bad from my last stress-caused heart attack. So I believe I should be human. I should be treated like a human being. Even by Walmart and the Walton family, I should be treated like a human being and not like some dog or some prisoner of war or whatever. I fought for the freedom those rich people have. I fought for the freedom these stores have to profiteer off all of us, and I should be allowed to shop like everybody else. Please contact the Justice Department for me and demand that they do their job, that they investigate Walmart and prosecute them. Please contact Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi and ask her to do her job to enforce Florida's laws, disabilities laws, and to arrest members of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department who obstruct me from shopping with my service animals, who obstruct me from sitting on the beach by myself enjoying the sunset with my service animals, who will not let me go to a park, will not let me live a life in Florida because of my military service. Pam Bondi is the top law enforcement officer. I've tried to get the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, but no law enforcement agency will go against another law enforcement agency. They just cover up for each other. Get Pam Bondi to do her job. Get the United States Department of Justice to start doing their job. Let veterans have some rights. Enforce the Americans with Disabilities Act, and enforce Florida laws that makes it a crime to harass the disabled and not allow them to shop. Thank you.
Hey
Hey Sheriff County, this is Sheriff County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.